Welcome to another episode of The Undiscovered Paranormal, where we dive deep into the mysteries and legends that surround us here in Ohio. We call it Haunted Ohio because it is claimed to be the most haunted state in Ohio, and we're here to uncover some of the truths, talk about the legends, the folklore that surround these cities, these locations in this state. And tonight we're going to talk about Helltown, a place shrouded in mystery and urban legend. Helltown is one of those places that every paranormal investigator wants to investigate or wanted to investigate. No longer a place. Abandoned buildings have been taken down, and it is part of Cuyahoga National Park now. Cuyahoga Valley National Park, I should say, in Boston Mills. So let's get into it. Located in Ohio, nestled within the Cuyahoga Valley National Park, Helltown, or Boston Mills as it was once known, has earned a reputation as one of America's most haunted towns. But what makes this place so eerie? This place is abandoned, by the way. It was abandoned before it became a national park. Many legends, many speculations as to why it was abandoned. From satanic cults to the government making it an abandoned place, doing whatever they were doing in there. The story of Helltown began with the forced relocation of its residents in the 1970s as the government acquired the land under the guise of national park expansion. Houses were abandoned, leaving behind an unsettling ghost town atmosphere. Local legends quickly filled the void left by the departing residents. Stories of satanic cults, government experiments gone wrong, and mysterious disappearances abound. But are these tales based in fact or fiction? One of the most enduring legends of Helltown revolves around the abandoned church that supposedly became a site for dark rituals. If you do want to see this church, the picture will be on the YouTube channel. It'll also be on the Instagram channel, also Facebook, all that good stuff. I think I believe I posted 5 short facts about Helltown. I believe there's a picture of the church in there. It was believed that whenever the satanic rituals were being held there, many sacrifices from animals to people, children, women. These are just stories too. This is speculation. This isn't something somebody actually proved, at least that I know of. I haven't talked to anybody that's investigated Helltown. Again, it was abandoned and it is no longer, I believe 99% of the buildings are gone. There might be a few things left. It's deep in the woods of a big national park now. But if you walked into the church, there were upside down crosses. Witchcraft was supposedly done there. Like I said, sacrifices. Who knows what exactly happened there? Back in the day, you had the Satanic Panic, which is another reason why it was supposedly abandoned. We'll get into more of the Satanic Panic when we're out of the locations that we're wanting to investigate, or locations around Ohio that are most known, and we'll get into more details about what had happened during each era as we progress through this podcast. So, like I said, it was a site for dark rituals. Locals claim to have seen strange lights and heard eerie chanting emanating from its walls late at night. And if you talk to anybody about, abandoned forests or empty forests that are eerie or have some kind of story there, or some kind of satanic ritual that happened there. Again, speculations. Nobody's actually came up with the proof of this. In this town, I know people have talked about in other forests where they found the pentagrams and candles and dead animal carcasses. But then again, I haven't got the evidence of that, so I would have to see that to know that that's what happened there. Then there's the infamous Crybaby Bridge, where it's said the cries of a baby can be heard echoing at night. Legend has it that a tragic accident claimed the life of a mother and her child, and their spirits still linger, searching for peace. if you look up any crybaby bridge, which there's hundreds of thousands of crybaby bridges, there's hundreds of them here in Ohio, there's hundreds of thousands throughout the United States or world, there's always that tale of a woman throwing her baby off the bridge, and you can hear the cries of that woman at night, or you flash your lights 3 times and a woman will appear, or you can hear the cries of the baby at night. I did get a chance to go out to a crybaby bridge, Brew Breaker Bridge in Oxford, Ohio, a couple months ago. I did it on a one of those investigations where I, had a wild hair up my ass and was like, hey, I'm gonna go out here and check this out because it's outside, whatnot. Yeah, it was a horrible experience. I did get some ghosts come through or spirits come through on the spirit box. I didn't get very good evidence of it. Again, one of the townspeople ran from their apartment down to the bridge, was yelling, cussing, whatever. Had a shotgun in his hand. I had trucks. It was a one-way bridge, so trucks were coming in and out. I mean, it was crazy. So we got out of there. We were there probably 15 minutes, and we wasn't doing nothing loud. We wasn't disturbing the peace. And it's just crazy to do things outside because people think you're going to do something to their atmosphere. And it's a possibility that you can bring out ghosts and they're going to haunt them or whatever. But I was just trying to get evidence, I wasn't hurting nobody. I wasn't shining lights in their windows in their cars. So just keep that in mind if you're going to investigate a place. Do it without people's houses being around that place, because they're going to ruin it for you. People don't know how to mind their business nowadays. So just a little, quick advice from a paranormal investigator. Some of the encounters that's happened in this place in Helltown or Boston Hills, Ohio. Many who dare to explore Helltown report chilling encounters, from unexplained shadows darting between trees to sudden drops in temperature. Visitors often leave with more questions than answers. One thing you have to understand when it comes to getting evidence, these ghosts, these spirits, demons, whatever you think it is, are not going to answer you on command. These were once living people too, which means they have a mind of their own. They had a soul of their own. They're going to do whatever it is they want to do. If they want to talk to you, they're going to come through and they're going to talk to you. If they want to be left alone, they might let you know, hey, leave me alone, get out. Whatever it may be, just know that if you go in these investigations, you could be there for hours and grab nothing. When I went to the prison or to the jail up north, we did it. It's on the channel. We did an investigation there. My very first investigation by myself, without any, pros with me or professionals with me. I had a camera woman, which was my wife, and then myself. I thought I was going to grab a lot. I thought I was going to be scared. I grabbed a couple spirit box sessions, and that was it. I think there was a pebble thrown at me at one point in a drunk tank, but I don't know. I didn't see it. I heard it. So they're not going to answer you when you ask them to come through. They're going to answer you if they feel like answering you. Just so you guys know. But are these experiences mere figments of overactive imaginations? Again, you have many people who say they see stuff, heard stuff, and it all could come down to there's a word for it, and it's on the tip of my tongue. I don't know what it is, but it's when your mind is so overactive because it wants to see something, it thinks it sees something, and it most likely isn't. Man, I don't want to make it sound hyperdolia. No, it couldn't be it. Pareidolia. That's what it is. Pareidolia. I don't know the exact definition right now. I mean, I'm on a computer, so I guess I could look it up for you. But pareidolia, it plays a huge part in the paranormal realm because of how overactive and hypersensitive people are. So pareidolia, the perception of apparently significant patterns or recognizable images, especially faces and random or accidental arrangements of shapes and lines. So people think they see faces in windows. They think they see when a light flashes or a strobe flashes, they see people in that strobe. If it's not a haunted house, like an actual like haunt, which, Ohio has the most haunts, like, Land of Illusion, type haunts in America. If it's not something like that, then take an account that you most likely didn't see a shadow figure. Your mind is playing tricks on you. Pareidolia. We speak to paranormal investigators and locals who share their spine-tingling stories and encounters with the unknown. As we conclude our journey through the haunted history of Helltown, one thing remains clear. Whether fueled by fact or fiction, the legends of this forsaken town continue to capture this imagination for those who dare to explore its darkened streets. With that being said, I make these short, it helps the algorithm of them. I could go more in depth on Helltown, and I'll tell you guys a little bit. 1970s was when it was evacuated and became a town of nothing. There was also a rusted old abandoned school bus, which is a huge picture on the internet. It's an old school bus. Right now, it looks like if it is still there, it's molded. It's got crops around, or not crops, but plants that's overgrown it. There was supposedly a murder on the school bus. It was parked. It was gone. When you get in one of the roads leading to there, it's closed. They call that the end of the world road. So when you pass through that sign that says road closed or whatever, people think that that's going to be the end of the world for Helltown. Once you enter there, you're done. Church of a Satanic Worship, which I said the mother of sorrows. Dark rumors circulate through that whole thing. A chemical spill led. This was one of the biggest speculations in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. A chemical spill led to a mutant python that was eating anybody that walked into that. It's crazy to think about. Again, it's not captured. We don't know. There's a lot of stuff going into the Helltown. Like I said, I keep these short and sweet for you guys. There's a documentary on Helltown. It's about 13 minutes. The Untold Story of Helltown. It's in Mystery Archives. There's a couple documentaries. There's a bunch of people that wanted to explore this place and they weren't able to. It became trees and shrubs. It didn't have abandoned buildings just standing there anymore. So I do encourage people to go out there and get your evidence. I'm not sure what all you can do with it being a national park now, so I don't condone you to do anything illegal. Just go out there and listen. One of the biggest things for us investigators isn't our equipment that we have, it's your eyes and your ears. And I heard that from a professional investigator that's been doing this for over 30 years with the Australian Paranormal Society. We did a podcast with them, interviewing them on the 13th podcast. If you guys want to listen to that podcast is still up. We just don't do nothing with it anymore. It's called the 13th podcast or the 13th Paranormal on YouTube. But yeah, we did a very good podcast with them, and those guys were very knowledgeable. And one of their biggest things, when we asked what is the most crucial piece of equipment you can use during an investigation, and they said, I've got thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars poured into all of my equipment, but nothing beats your eyes and your ears. So with that being said, guys, I encourage you to go out to Boston, Ohio, aka Helltown. Get your facts, get your evidence. With that being said, if you're not scared, go if you dare. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, share, everything you guys can do. Let's get this out here. Let's start getting investigations going. I want to show you guys more. I want to be here more for you guys. And tune in next episode. It will be posted eventually for Post Town Elementary, one of the biggest lures in Middletown, Ohio. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks for watching, and make sure you follow and subscribe on all platforms.